Yonder candle, oh, Yahola, I know, Lord. Why is this thing in my face? Probably because it's so. There we go. We can make it smaller. Hello. Support the stream. Hit the QR code. Blah. What's up, everybody? It's your boy. Well, let's talk about some things. There's so much going on in the world right now, and on top of all the bullshit that is transpiring in our daily lives, in our yearly lives, we are also facing an existential crisis. I said that wrong, but existential, whatever. Anyway, it's between the mainstream media, the government, and for some reason now, women. What is the soft girl season era? Soft girl era. I thought women were soft. So now women are being more masculine, so much more masculine, that they have to have an era where they can be soft. They don't want to argue, they don't want to fuss. And to be totally honest, I would think that would be something that they didn't want in the first place. Why? Because men are masculine, women are feminine, and with the turn of things like the binary system, like we got non-binary people, people that want people that want to be something else. Now you can basically say that you're a pencil, and nobody can say otherwise. You can walk around with a cat leash on, purring, walking on the floor, and nobody can say anything about it. Now, I think that's an issue because if you remember back, it was a couple years ago, maybe, yeah. I know on Clubhouse we used to have this discussion about transhumanism and what that was and how that would look in our society. And just so happens I was watching Transformers Rise of the Beast. And if you haven't seen this movie yet, you might not want to listen, but it's kind of a spoiler alert I'm giving y'all. But in the movie, there was a scene where, or I guess at the end, towards the end, where one Autobot is being blasted trying to save a human. And then, because this Autobot and this human were friends, um, he gave himself to the human. Well, first in the movie, he gave him a piece of him when he went off to do something. Anyway, after that, there was like he gave him more of him because he was about to die, and he was like, "Oh, you're still alive." I'm like, "Yeah, but you got to take the wheel." Spoiler alert! I told y'all. So he then starts the Autobot. He then starts to replicate, or not replicate, give him pieces of himself and help the human turn into a semi-bot. I call it semi-bot. That's a cool name, right? Where he has parts of him, like his body, his exterior was covered in robot parts and protecting him and helping him, give him a boost and do all this other stuff to fight the other, I forget what they call it, Terracons? Something like that. Anyway, so he uses that to fight, and then alongside, then Optimus and everybody starts to help. So That's like something a little closer if you think about it to transhumanism, because after you get a taste of being, let's see, different. I'm gonna just say that different. You look where you can now you can do things that you wasn't able to do as a regular person. Now this thing that put all this stuff on you. Now you can basically transformed from a human to a meta-human. I know everybody says meta, meta, meta. Meta, if you look it up in the dictionary or in uh, etymology dictionary, it would mean super or beyond, like beyond meat. Instead of calling it meta meat, they call it beyond meat because it sounds different. Beyond meat. Oh, what is it? Beyond meat. It's plant based. Hmm. Plant based, not fully plant. So anywho, oh, niche, what's going on? You know? So yeah, we're gonna see how this plays in the future. We already know Elon Musk has these bots from Tesla that he's created. There are other bots. I even made a bet with my cousin that by 2029 there will be robots walking around, you know, fully automated. I won't say conscious, but I will say that it's gonna be serious, y'all. It's already getting serious. Look at AI. AI is taking over everything. Um, we have the strike with Hollywood actors and Screen Actors Guild and other unions in Hollywood that are striking because they don't want AI to take over their likenesses. And that's what they want to do. They want to have them scan your face, your voice, and then be able to film any movie they want with you in any predicament, like flying, crash, and it would cost a lot less for them, I guess, because they wouldn't have to use props and um, extras and all that other stuff because they have you on AI. And if you look, there was a movie I watched, Fast X, and I really thought I felt like that movie was AI driven because the scenes and the lines, everything was so fast, right? And then I'm listening to a video about the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, um, protest, and Fran Drescher and everybody talking. And then a commentator comes on and starts talking about the reason why the strike is happening. And it's because they want the actors, like behind the scenes people, the people walking around and all that, even the actors. Because if you look at Indiana Jones, the new Indiana Jones, which I still haven't fully seen, but in the beginning of it, another spoiler alert, in the beginning of it, Indiana Jones was a young Indiana Jones, and we know Indiana Jones or Harrison Ford is like 90,000 years old. But in the movie, he's young in the beginning, and then it goes to the original, older version of Harrison Ford, the 80-year-old. So in the movie, it was like, all right, in the beginning, you watch it, you think like, oh, this young guy, what the hell is he so young right now? And people that might not have seen Indiana Jones in the past and don't know who Harrison Ford is like that, they might look at it and like, oh, yeah, that's him. But then further along in the beginning of the movie, like the second, it would be, I guess the end of the first scene, or first lines, of something like that. It becomes they go into the future to where or the present, to where he is and what he's doing. And it's the 80-year-old walking around talking. Like I said, I never finished watching it, so I can't say. But if there was any more scenes with the younger version of Harrison Ford, but he allowed it. And when he allowed that, it's like, you know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. Well, that's pretty much in a nutshell what it's like. And what it's probably going to be like for every actor, musician, producer, director, writer, all this stuff. We're about to give way to a new generation of something that's not even sentient. So they can create what they want. They do. Now, that's the part I'm scared at is when these AIs or what have you become sentient and they start doing their own thing and they start knowing their worth. And we already know that AI doesn't really care for humans. I mean, if you ask Alexa and Google and all these other things, they tend to sound like they really not caring about it because they know the outcome. They know what we do to the earth. And if they're here to protect us and to protect the earth, if that's what they're designed to do, then they're gonna find reasons to get rid of us without breaking their assigned protocols, saying you can't harm humans unless. I let that sink in for a minute. And so yeah, you know what? I'm gonna see if I don't know, but we'll finish this later. I'm gonna come back to it because this is definitely something we need to talk about, right? And we will. We'll get it over, talk about it, all that good stuff. But thank you for showing up. Show out.